Hello everyone, I'm back with another Japanese review. Unfortunately, I always seem to be filming when someone's mowing the lawn outside, so there's gonna be some background noise. It is what it is, so let's get right into it. Now, last week's notes were a little bit of a doozy. We did the talking in casual style, and we also learned about the expressing obligation, so what we have to do, and the lack of obligation, what we don't have to do. Let's get right into it. For casual style first, what we looked at was, well, how to basically, instead of using mas and des and all that, instead, for example, we have a sample conversation right here. あれそのキーホルダーどこで買ったの? And then the reply is 日本に行った時秋葉原で買ったんだ. So yeah, instead of saying どこで買ったんですか, it becomes どこで買ったの? Similarly, the reply is 秋葉原で買ったんだ instead of 秋葉原で買ったんです. So it seems like des becomes da, and then if it's question desu ka, it becomes tano. Yeah, and then I think the biggest hurdle when trying to do this is basically just breaking out of the habit, because for a couple years now you've been learning desu ka and all that. So just suddenly thinking about switching to da and tano, that's probably just the biggest challenge, because otherwise I don't think it's I don't think it's technically too complicated. It's just brain switch over. That's the hard part, right? Okay, let's take a look at another example here. This dialogue says どのくらい日本に行ったの? Right, so again, it's 行ったの. Ah, okay, so actually, yeah, so the desu ka becomes tano. It's not just desu ka. It's desu ka becomes tano. And then des becomes nda. とかだけだったけど、アニメのイベント行ったり、美味しい日本料理食べたりして、すごく楽しかった。とても楽しかったです becomes すごく楽しかった. Basically, it seems that you just take des out. So that's the 楽しかった. The とても becomes すごく because oh no, it says とても is also using casual conversation, so it doesn't really, I guess it doesn't, that's one of the cases where it's interchangeable. But yeah, the important part is des cut off. And then the other examples they have is, for example, 切られますか? That becomes 切れる. Okay, so instead of saying 食べられないものがありますか, it becomes 食べれないものある. So the particle disappears, the ga, gone. And then the grammatically correct potential forms of kuru and taberu are korareru and taberareru respectively. However, taking out the ra in the potential forms is widely used in speech nowadays. Oh, so yeah, so taberarenai, taberenai. Okay, so for those potential forms, you can just cut out the ra. Yeah, again, it's just basically switching over your thinking a little bit here. So any must ka becomes ru, well, I guess it becomes dictionary form. And then particles, some particles will disappear like ga. And then if you're using potential form, then you can take out the ra. So looking back on it, casual conversation seems to be not too difficult. Just need to know what you need to switch to. The only problem is don't really get to practice that a lot, so might be a while for me to kind of learn casual style. Okay, so we went into expressing obligation. So the example sentence I have is, I have to go and pick up my child. And in Japanese, that would be 子供を迎えに行かなければなりません. What happened there? So the have to part becomes 行かなければ. So in this sentence, the verb, first what you have to do is turn the verb into nai form. And then in this case, 行かない. And then what we have to do is you take out the i and then put ければなりません. If we want to say I have to study Japanese, so that would be 日本語を勉強しなければなりません. I hope. I feel like I always saying I hope or maybe, but that's the way it goes when learning these things. I have to submit the report by the end of today. 今日中にレポートを出さなければなりません. Yeah, so basically what we have to do is, just turn the verb into nai form, take out the e, and then put ければなりません. And then of course when you practice that, it takes a little bit of thinking, which I guess is the troublesome part. Now, of course, that's not just for verbs. You can also use it for adjectives and nouns. 大き becomes 大きくなければ. Right, so e adjectives, it would be くない, and then again you take out e, and then put ければなりません. Not adjectives, for example, きれい becomes きれいじゃなければ. So instead of じゃない, it becomes じゃな and then ければ. And add ければ at the end. And then for nouns, for example, 週末, you can just put 週末じゃなければ. So again, it's like not adjectives. Instead of じゃない, it becomes じゃなければ. So that would be how to express obligation. And then, what about the opposite? What about expressing a lack of obligation? So we don't have to do something. Well, in that case, it's quite similar actually. For example, the book here. So earlier the book had, I have to submit the report by the end of the day. But now they have, you don't have to return in the report today. So it'll be, レポートは今日出さなくてもいいです. So what happened there? What happened was, it's the same thing, but instead of saying ければなりません, it becomes くてもいいです. So, well, なくてもいいです, I guess. I don't have to wake up early tomorrow. 明日は早く起きなくてもいいです. So, the funny thing I found is that when you have to do something, you have a なりません at the end, which is like a negative. But then when you don't have to do something, you have いいです, which is like a positive. Which is funny to think about. Yeah, it's just like, oh, I don't have to do something. It's a positive. I guess that's true, right? If you don't have to do something, you have the choice, which is nice. But if you have to do something, that's not always a good thing. So that's why it's a negative, I guess. Who knows? Certainly not me. And then just as before, e adjectives, it would be, for example, well, let's go back here. So verbs 行く, so 行かなくても. Yeah. And then the adjectives, e adjectives 大きくなくても. So again, same rules apply. It will be 大きくない, and then you take out e, it becomes 大きなくても. And then きれい for non adjectives, it's きれいじゃなくても. And then for nouns, 週末じゃなくても. Yeah. And then of course, e that's at the end. Yeah, those are the things. So, ない form turns into either なければなりません or なくてもいいです. That leaves the final thing for this video, which is the self-study corner. So for the self-study corner, I wanted to look at the word maybe. So whenever I know how to use probably, which is like tabun, but maybe is not something that I've kind of learned. And then whenever I try to say maybe, I use French peut-être because I know French, so it gets really messy. And then yeah, not bilingual brain rot, but multiple lingual brain rot. Let's call it that. So yeah, let's take a look at what only means. Only in Jap, or not only. Sorry, that was last time. Let's take a look at what maybe means. So let's take a look at the first website I see is this one called Nihongo Master. Okay, they talk about tabun, which I've already talked about. Which they do say actually, the word itself already means maybe. But I feel like it's more like probably, which is not really the same in English. I guess maybe it could be the same sometimes. He's probably coming, like maybe he's coming. In that case, it might be the same. But sometimes probably is a bit more of a yes than a no, whereas maybe is more in the middle. So tabun, I don't think is what I'm really looking for. They have the sentence, perhaps this Spanish language is easy. Tabun Spaingo wa kantan. I think that's what the kanji says. If not, I can correct myself in post. The next one they say is kamoshirenai, or kamoshiremasen. So the format is sentence plus kamoshiranai or kamoshiremasen. I thought I might be falling sick is the example they use. 病気になるかもしれないと思った. Okay, so you just say the verb and then かもしれない. Okay. Yeah, and then they added と思った because it's I think or I thought. Well, in this case, it's I thought. I wish they used the sentence without I thought, and it just says I might be falling sick. Well, I guess in that case, you just take と思った out, right? Then it'll just be 病気になるかもしれない. So this one is I might. So could I think of another example that I can maybe use for かもしれない? I might be going to the movie theater, so it will be what? 映画館に行くかもしれない. Or maybe even 映画館に行くかもしれません. So that's I might, which is like a maybe. But this is, if you just want to say it by itself, right? It's like, are you going to the party later, right? And then you want to say maybe, then how would we do it? Will you just say tabun? Or is there another way in that case? Because you definitely, I don't think you could say kamoshirenai by itself like that, like when you're answering something. Like if you're going to the party later. Oh, kamoshirenai, that doesn't sound right. The second website I'm looking at, it's called Japanese Cafe. Again, I have no, I'm just googling random things, so if anything's wrong, you know, feel free to point it out. This one also says maybe is tabun. Japanese people like using this word, so you hear it very often when you talk with them, apparently. Tabun can be used alone or it can be used in a sentence. We often say tabun in sentences to end with daro, desho, or omo. So tabun ashita wa ame daro. So I guess it really is just tabun, like, ashita party ni iku, right? And then if you want to say maybe there, then you say tabun. So yeah, I guess unless I'm missing something, then yeah, okay. They also this one also talks about kamoshirenai or shiremasen. Kamoshirenai is for when you are guessing, or something is you're saying is your opinion. yeah, so I guess that would answer my question. In summary, I guess it would be tabun or kamoshirenai or kamoshiremasen. Yeah, so I guess it really was tabun. So basically, it could mean probably, but it could also mean maybe. And if you want to say it by itself, it has to be tabun. It can't be kamoshirenai. Okay, so fun session today. Hopefully I can look back and remember this stuff. Hopefully the sound of the lawn mowing doesn't interfere with what I'm saying. Hasn't before, I don't think, so hopefully it shouldn't now, but it's getting louder now, so I think we will end it there for today. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and as always, please leave a comment if you want to correct something that I said wrong, or if you want to give some further information that I might have missed. In any case, arigatou gozaimasu, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.